Top assassin's shot was blocked by a beautiful woman during an assassination mission. In response, he hurriedly moved his gun to the target, but out of male instinct, he couldn't help but take a peek at the beautiful woman. At this moment, the killer realized that he couldn't go on like this, so he hurriedly adjusted his heart rate to the best state. Then the killer gripped the gun tightly, ready to fire. With the gun in his sights, he confidently pulled the trigger. But unexpectedly, the beautiful woman blocked the fatal shot. The killer wanted to take another shot, but the security guard on the other side had already closed the curtains. Realizing that the mission has failed, the killer quickly unloads his equipment and prepares to escape. Before leaving, he took away the rubbish from the scene. Then he got on his motorbike. He left the scene before the police arrived. He threw away all his equipment and took a shortcut to avoid the police car, then threw his helmet into the river. Then the killer went to the bathroom near the convenience store and took a shower. He shaved and put on a new set of clothes. He used perfume to treat the odor he left behind. When he came out, he took a taxi from the roadside and went straight to the airport. Before entering, the killer threw his last gun into the rubbish bin. Even though he was so cautious, he was worried that the police dog might smell something when he went through the security checkpoint. So he rushed to the bathroom and cleaned himself up again. After double-checking, he got his boarding pass. Then he called his boss to report the failure. They were very surprised, because it was the first time in 30 years that a killer had made a mistake. But he had to wait for new orders. Immediately after the call, the assassin unplugged the phone card and crushed it. On the plane, he looked around cautiously. Suddenly he noticed a man who seemed to be staring at him. The killer's face was impassive, but he was beginning to feel nervous. When he got off the plane, he tried to blend in with the crowd, but he realized that the man was not far from him. As he walked to the exit, he saw the man in the suit again. As a top assassin, he didn't believe it was a coincidence, so he changed his plan and checked into a hotel to rest. When he arrived at the hotel, he unlocked the door. He took a cup and placed it above the handle. The iron basin was placed upside down on the floor. He did this to make sure that he would be the first to notice anything unusual.